All right, welcome. I'm Tuck.
And I'm Chelsea.
And we are brand ambassadors with Ravensburger, working today specifically with ThinkFun, and we are going to be doing an unboxing of Escape the Room, The Cursed Dollhouse. Before we get started too much, we do want to remind you that if you are here from Gen Con, we want to make sure that you give your ticket for this event through your event details page. There are instructions on the event dashboard page and in your Gen Con emails. And the attendees are responsible for turning those in through the give ticket to the event host. And that just makes sure that ThinkFun gets credit for this along with Ravensburger, and make sure that Gen Con knows kind of how many people were here, and make sure that we can do these kinds of things again. If you're here from Twitter, we're excited that you're here and look forward to working with this on you.
Yes. All right.
All right, so this is for ages 13 and over. It can be 1 to 4 players. It will take maybe 2 or 3 hours to get through the whole thing, and the price is $41.99. It is available exclusively on Amazon in the US starting in September 2020, so we're getting a very unique sneak peek at this. And there will also be localized German, French, Italian, and Spanish versions as well available in the fall.
Yeah.
All right. So we are really excited about this. It is a full Escape the Room experience. It's the newest escape game by ThinkFun, and it features a box that transforms into a 3-story dollhouse, which creates an immersive tabletop experience for escape room fans, meaning that the players really get to interact with all of the components as much as possible, and there's even 3-dimensional furniture to make the game really stand out. So let's get this building.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Awesome.
All right. Perfect. So right away, as we lift this box, on this side of the box, and Tuck will also start to build our dollhouse. So on this side of the box, it has the bathroom and the kitchen on the inside, and it also has a protective sheet, which you just saw can easily be removed. And then on the other side of the box, this is where it holds kind of all the components. So we have the instruction manual right here, which also includes the story booklet. We have a piece of the addict, as well as a couple of more of those punch boards. We have an envelope that contains those puzzle pieces components, and we'll talk about those in just a little bit. And we also have this solution wheel, which let me get this out. All right, so then we also have the solution wheel, and this thing is really, really cool. And what is awesome about this solution wheel is it actually has been improved from previous Escape the Room games, and it now actually has a locking mechanism. So that kind of adds another part to that. And then underneath that, once we take out that tray, we then have on this side of the box, it has the bedroom and the living room inside. So now that kind of the base of our house is set up, we can go ahead and take a look at all of the different components. And we are actually going to start with the manual, which very clearly states, carefully read this manual and do not open or adjust any components until instructed to do so. And so we're just going to go ahead and follow right along as we build our dollhouse together. So the first page says, follow these instructions or risk spoiling a puzzle. And then the second page actually begins that setup with the instructions. And so we are now going to actually open the component envelope and remove some of those components. But we have to be really careful. There are smaller envelopes in here, and so we don't want to open any of those by accident. So I'm actually going to pass those to Tuck.
All right.
Perfect.
We've got a bunch of different pieces out here.
So as he kind of shows those pieces a little bit more up close and we put them into the house, in this smaller component, we do have a rug. We also have, we have a nice rug. We have a chest.
Chest will go upstairs in a minute.
Yeah. We also then as well have a quilt. And then we have 3 dolls. Perfect. Cool. And then, actually, speaking of dolls, ThinkFun, something that I find really cool, ThinkFun, they wanted to really create an escape room that was as creepy as possible this time around. And so they selected a theme that exploits the fear of dolls. And the reason being is most of us kind of have that uneasy feeling of being around dolls. It's fairly common that most of us experience, with some people even being uncomfortable around either all dolls or they're only fearful around specific dolls. Yeah. So they definitely worked to make sure that the game would creep out as many people as possible.
And it works.
And it works. And so they included a handful of different kinds of dolls. So you can even see right here, there's a voodoo doll, kind of that Russian babushka doll, and different styles of dolls, which I think is really cool. Yep. All right. So then on the next page, there are diagrams for how to set up the house and what to place in each of the rooms.
Perfect.
And so now we will need to unfold the floor, which will be in our punch board area here.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. And then we're just going to go ahead and slide that floor right in. We'll line it up. So you'll line it up with the 3 slots in the middle of the house. And then there are also 2 slots on the back of the house in which you could actually fold it over and to lock the floor into place. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so now that we have the floor, we are good to now also add the attic. And so there is the attic wall. Yeah. So we can add the attic wall, and that goes just right in the back, and there are easy slots just to push that right into. And then also we can add both the sides of the attic roof, which were also in that punch card.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is looking awesome already.
Yes. Perfect. All right. And then now that the house is built, we can actually start to add those components, which we already did kind of put that rug in as well as that chest, which does go into it. So in the living room, we need to add the rug, which we did,
yep,
as well as some wood planks and the porcelain doll. And so those will be found in our punch card. And so we are right now just working on that living room section. And so I'm going to move some of these components over so you can kind of see. So we're going to punch out those components as well as the porcelain doll. And like I said, right, they focused on making sure that they had as many dolls as possible, so hopefully you would be creeped out as possible. And I also tried to help a little bit. A bit of a marionette kind of doll. All right, perfect. So now that we've added that, those are all on the punch board. And so then we will move into the kitchen. And so in the kitchen, we are going to need that paper doll, and as well as we will be adding the pin here, which is on our punch board. Let me actually switch. So we're going to move that into our kitchen. The paper doll and our pin. Perfect. All right. Also, we get to finally build our first 3D furniture piece. And so in the kitchen, we also have a table, and we have the assembly listed right here as well. Perfect. And I'll take this.
That was awesome.
And I love all the detail. That's great.
Yep, somebody definitely left some food out.
And then we are actually going to move to the bedroom, which we have over here. And so in the bedroom, we will need to add the voodoo doll, which I stole from you. Right. We will also need to add the quilt to the bed, but we will need to build the bed off the punch board.
Right.
And then as you can see, all of those instructions are also right here to kind of help you build and add that quilt to that bedroom. So cool. I like how it all just like locks perfectly into place.
It's pretty easy to build.
I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to just start digging into this house. All of these pieces are so cool. It's so creepy. I'm loving it. I'm ready for Halloween. I don't know if you guys are, but I am ready to be spooked out. So let's have this.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. So now that you have added the quilt and the bed to the bedroom, we finally now need to add the chest, which we did already to the attic, if you kind of want to show where that goes. Perfect. As well as our other doll to the attic.
Perfect.
And then let me actually show that. I'm so sorry. Right, so we add the chest and the doll to the attic.
Awesome.
And at that, that is now ready to play. Now all of our items are in and we are ready to start the escape room, the Cursed Dollhouse. Now, in the story booklet, kind of cool, this is where we stop. Notice it says, only proceed if it is fully assembled and you are ready to start. And so we're actually going to close this, not to spoil anything further, but something really cool that I like, ThinkFun, a fun kind of thing that they included in the story booklet, there is a photo that is used as actually one of the breaks between the chapters, and it was originally a contender for the game box art. And so essentially what happened is they ended up polling people both internally and externally and found that the cover that they chose, which is this great doll, which you see everywhere, I love this cover, was actually considered to be the creepiest and the most spooky. And so I'm really curious to see when you guys think, what do you think about the other cover, and does it also give you kind of those heebie-jeebie feelings?
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah.
So the great thing is, now that we've got this assembled, the players will move through the house one at a time following the story, and there's a really cool story in here as well. And then in each room, in addition to using all of the items that we placed, you will also need to search the room to find additional items that are in there to help to solve those various puzzles. The puzzles in this game are actually an advanced level and will keep experienced puzzlers engaged for several hours. Like I said, maybe even 2 to 3 hours or so. And if you'd like to, you can choose to play this game over several sessions. In that case, it's best to kind of pause after completing one of those rooms, because each one is kind of a puzzle in and of itself. There are also hints available online if anybody gets stuck, and there are no penalties for using those hints during the game.
Yeah, and something I actually thought was superb, honestly, is that ThinkFun, in fact, actually developed a new hint system. So for those who may need some assistance solving a challenge, it's different from their previous escape rooms, and it actually helps. They have, it will help reveal key information, but it doesn't take away from having those aha moments or like experiencing that. So they really work to make sure that even if you do get a little extra assistance on the side, that you still have that aha and you feel really proud of solving it on your own. And so I'm very thankful for that.
Yes,
I might need some help.
Definitely. We're really excited to get into this and actually start solving those puzzles, but we're not the best at them, and this will be one of the first times that we've done this kind of a thing. So the ability to hop on, get a hint without spoiling the puzzle sounds really great to us.
Yeah.
So right now there's also a $10 off coupon running right now on Amazon.com. It is 10 Dollhouse, all one word. And that runs all the way through Gen Con. So quantities are limited. It only works for one unit. But if you'd like to see more, you can check it out on Amazon.com or check out ThinkFun's YouTube channel for Escape the Room, the Cursed Dollhouse trailer video, which is...
I highly recommend. It will give you all of those spectacular feels that you definitely, if you're like me, you're probably in the mood. I've already started to get ready to decorate my house for Halloween. Some may say it's too soon. I say it's a little too late. So if you're like me, it will help you get in kind of that Halloween feeling, in that mood. It's very, very creepy. I jumped while watching it. It gave me a little bit of a jump scare.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So as we close, we just wanted to give a shout out to the inventors of this awesome Escape the Room experience, Nicholas Ferrata and Rebecca Blue, and also gives thanks to Mark Engelberg, Derek Hutchins, and Iris Tilton.
Yeah, it's, as you guys can kind of see just from the small bits that we've shown you, there are incredible pieces. They put a lot of effort into this, and it really shows. It is a cool game. Yeah,
it's an all-in-one Escape the Room experience, and as we know right now, we can't really go to those kinds of things, so it's great to have something in-house that you can just open up and have that full experience.
Yeah, and so we actually have a little bit of time, so we'll actually turn and see if there are just some questions before, So if you want,
so They asked if Blue Manor Games was involved in the game's development, and actually, yes. So that is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, he was the inventor of the game and very involved. And other than that, we're just seeing a lot of people saying that this looks awesome. All the components, all of the pieces, they fit together great. It's really easy to assemble, and we can't wait to see what kind of puzzles there are as well.
Also, I would like to thank everyone who said that they are enjoying my makeup today. My lovely partner and husband actually helped to add some of the cracking to my makeup. Yep. So I tried to convince him. It didn't work out so well, so, but I appreciate it. I see. How long does it take? The game takes about 2 to 3 hours, but you can also break up depending. Yep. And if you do stop and pause, they recommend stopping and pausing when you finish one room.
Yep. So in between rooms, because it would be hard to kind of pick up and go and come back to it in between the room, where each room is a really good kind of a stopping point. In order to save between sessions, you can kind of, if you need to, you can disassemble it. As you can see behind us, we've actually got one that we've just pretty much left assembled, and so if you can leave it in that assembled state, it makes it even easier. And
also,
great decoration.
Yeah, I was about to say, also, how rad is that as a decoration? Unfortunately, it does not come with baby doll heads. You will have to find those kind of on your own, but I highly recommend it. I feel like this adds to a lot of that experience, as well as hopefully you have some dolls and some candles you can light as you prepare to do your own escape room. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah, it's themed great, so we definitely recommend doing it with the lights off and maybe a candle or a flashlight to work through things.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. With that, we will... Oh, yep. And you don't have to disassemble unless you need the table space back.
Yep.
Sounds
yeah.
great.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank you all. When this comes out in September, we really hope you guys get your hands on it. It looks to be awesome.
Yes.
And please let us know what you guys think about it.
Please let us know. I definitely want to hear if you got the heebie-jeebies with all of the dolls, because I know for a fact I did. I don't know if you're like me, but I definitely have a fear of dolls, and I don't know. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So with that, we are actually going to probably say goodbye to you guys so we can get started on those puzzles.
Absolutely. Thank you all, and have a great day.
Have a great day.